What's up, everybody? We're back again. Halcon and the Endless Frontier, Episode 8. 8 might be an unlucky number for poor Halcon. I got some things to show you. Don't be alarmed. I might have contracted a disease. Yes. Here we go. So, if you take a look at my health bar, my food bar is gone. I have vampirism now. I guess that's okay. Yeah. So, what happened? Okay, I was out fighting things and there was this vampire and he bit me. And then I had this disease thing and then it turned into vampirism. If I look at myself here, nothing's here, but I did have a box over there that said I had some sort of vampire disease. I don't remember the exact thing. And then that was like the next day I turned into a vampire. And then my health bar turned into, not my health bar, my food bar turned into blood, as you can see. And then I had a number 1 above where it says 24. That means I was a first level vampire. So I had to do some research. And I got this tree now that works. This is a vampire tree. I became a vampire. And then when I made a 2nd level, I got night vision. And then I got 3rd level was regeneration. And then as I go down levels, I get to continue looking at this tree. So there's not too many things. Apparently 15th level is the max level for a vampire. And you can reset your skills. Neat. So I found out that being a vampire at low level really isn't that great. It is about to be sunset though. If I walk outside in the daytime, I'm affected by the sun in negative ways. The higher level you get, apparently the worse it gets. That's the thing. And I do have night vision, so we'll see that here in a second. I think I said in an earlier episode, I wish I had night vision. Well, that's not exactly what I meant. I'm not sure I really was ready to be a vampire. I took my pond that I was growing all of the bamboo around, not bamboo, the sugarcane, and I converted it to this nice little koi pond. And got some trees. I'm ready for them to grow. I have another cherry blossom tree here. It won't grow. It must be too crowded. Figured that might be the case. I had one over here, but I moved it to here, and I'm still waiting for it to grow. That's a recent change. So that's it. Kind of straightened this up a little bit here, made it look nice, put some grass and changed out some of the bushes there. I've been really doing a lot for the aesthetics of the house, of the home area. I have a restaurant, so I've been working with Mind Colony some. I have a house. That is a house. Someone lives there. That is the town hall, which is in the center, right? I'm going to put a mine right there, I think, is what I've decided to do. And then I've got a builder's hut. And that's all I've gotten done so far. I'm not going to take it very much further. I will build 3 more houses. I need 1 house for each of the current 4 residents to live. Right, so I also did a little bit more work back here. I put this high wall up with this hedge, basically to keep the aesthetic of this pond and make it so that when you're inside, you don't see other stuff, really, and when you're outside, you don't see it at all. And then I planted some bamboo, because I needed bamboo. This thing's flying above my head. And then I had to make this thing. This is required for the vampire. It's called an altar of inspiration. You go get blood, and you put it in it to level. And the leveling thing is a little crazy. First level, to get to 2nd level, I think it was like you needed 50 or 70 blood or something like that. And basically you get these bottles. Let's see. You get glass bottles and you put them on your bar, right, like so. And you walk up to something and you get the option to feed on it. It took a while for me to figure that out. I was down to like 1 hunger bar, whatever you want to call the blood down there. And then I was able to like drink from it and get some blood, so I didn't starve to death. That was good. So in the spirit of becoming a vampire, I made a few minor changes So this room doesn't look much different than it really did. There used to be a jukebox right here. Now it's a secret door. Bloop. Bloop. See, I can go through there. And then you go down here to my lair. This is my vampire lair. So follow me soul urns. I'm like, oh, those look really cool. It looks like they would go for a vampire thing. So I created this down here with a coffin and everything. Now in this mod pack, coffin has been disabled because it doesn't actually work right. It's supposed to pass the day to go to night. It works like a bed. I spawned it in using admin commands so I could just dress this up and have it. I don't do that with a lot of things, but since I couldn't make it and I wanted one, I figured I'd go ahead and do that. And I got urns and I got like more blood here. I've got this vampire blood, which is used for other things, which we will cover eventually. And I've got some fangs, which are used to make things. You could also use these to inject vampirism on yourself if you happen to get a fang. This looks familiar. Just so happens that this room, when I dug it out, it just happened to pop out right here where I was digging it, which is really cool. And I have this secret lever, so I can cover it so no one knows how to get into my secret base. They're like, what's back there? All right. I usually keep this open when I'm working around here. Let's show you the next room. So we've got more of this completed. I got it working as intended. You can see we're making tons of coal essence and gold essence. So I kind of skipped the iron and the redstone and all that. I went straight to tier 4, which is gold. And I have a row of coal. I have a roll of gold. This is going to be switched out to gold. And then I have actually 2 rows of coal. I no longer need coal for the purposes we were using it for, I should say that. And I have 2 rows of the, what are those things called again? Infernium essence. Right now, these aren't going anywhere except into their each individual chest, because I've got it broken over here. And the reason I did that is because I've been doing a lot of work. When I come back, the chests are mostly full of Infernium and not the things I want. So I'm like, okay, you guys can fill up locally. I'll gather you as necessary, and then I'll just go ahead and take the other things. I did find out that these pipes, these transporter pipes, they do have a limit in that I had a row, this row right here. These 2 chests here and these 4 chests on the end, they didn't actually work. There was like too many points of entry, and I guess there's a limit. I don't know if I could count them, I could give you a number, but that many, and I'm not going to count them. So we're going to change this area over here, because this is what I've been running into. I run over to here, I open the chest, I grab a bunch of stuff, I run upstairs and convert it. It's a pain. So I want to automate it. So I tore down upstairs where we had these tier 1 crafters. Tore that down, right? And I'm going to set these up to automatically do these. I haven't quite figured it all out yet, but I'm definitely going to do that here. So these 2 pipes will come in and they'll feed the system. And then this is actually going to convert to gold or coal. Probably just gold. I'll probably make all of them do coal, and I'll probably just break the coal down. And that way I don't have to worry about figuring how to filter between coal and gold. So, okay, we've seen that. Let's go back. Something else I did down here. Oh. So, switching back to vampire stuff real quick. One of the things that is difficult is I only have the 10. Is that 10? Yeah, I only have the 10 blood on my bar. If I do a lot of running, I start going through my blood. I don't have a way to replenish it easy. Well, I didn't. Now I do. I figured that my character, this person that I'm playing, is a vampire now, so he's probably got some evil in him. So I created this dungeon down here, and I'm keeping sheep in it. Oh, and a couple of llamas, because they irritate me. So let's see if I can find one. If you go up to a sheep, and you can see the teeth in the center of the screen, that's how much blood that sheep has. And that means it might be like 4 or 5 or some number of blood sucking that you can do from it. If you take that red all the way down, it kills it. Like, if you look real carefully, you can see the tips of the fangs. There's a couple of red dots. So this sheep is almost completely dead. Same thing with that one, and that one, and that one. These guys I only took somewhat because they have more blood than sheep. So I was able to get a lot more blood from those. And of course these guys. That one I didn't take all the way down. This is my breeding pen, so I can breed more sheep if I need them. So I try to leave these sheep alone. And then I try to just feed from these sheep, and then I added 2 llamas just because they have more. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. They may disappear when the guy leaves. I have no idea. And I have hay down here, so I can feed the sheep. I know, right? So that's pretty, like, morbid, right? I'm growing sheep so I can feed on them. Eventually, that's going to have to change to humans, and I'm going to have to breed humans. Yep, that's the thing. We'll talk about that at a later date when that's important. I haven't done anything with that. I pulled up all of this here. I was able to determine that I wasn't able to, even with my pick that does silky, I couldn't get the dirt up with the essence in it. So on a couple of them I got the essence back, but it wasn't part of the dirt. So that pretty much takes care of that. Oopsies. Give me that back. So I have to redecorate this. And that's going to be a thing. I did the redstone work myself. Yep. I didn't have to find anybody to do it to make this door work. So close this, and this closes. On the other side, I've got a pressure plate so I can get out. I'm going to change this eventually, so I'm going to need a key instead of a switch. And that's the thing. I'm going to do that eventually. And put that nice little trap door there to make it kind of, you know, you don't fall in. And let's see. Okay, so what are we going to work on? We have a couple things to work on. So one of the things I need to do is... we can show what happens when a vampire's in the sunlight at level 3. Hey, my tree finally grew here. Nice. Oh, that tree grew too. I guess it was just waiting for me to start a video. Great. So this is what's happening to me. I'm turning into a vampire. If I look at my inventory, I have weakness. And then I'm going to also get nausea. This is all that happens. It doesn't get any worse at level 3. Now, apparently, the more levels you get, the worse it gets. So the nausea kind of went away, right? But it's going to come back, and it just kind of cycles in and out. And that's kind of a thing. And here comes the nausea again. So I can live with that. What we need to do is we need to find a place to build my next base. So this base is outgrowing its thing. I'm trying to get into where I want to do larger projects. And I do want to finish this mine colonies thing. So we're going to do that. And we're going to keep this tower. We're actually going to use all of the floors. But I need to be thinking of the next big thing. So I have to find a mountain because I want to go into a mountain and I'm going to do another big build underneath the mountain. Because I've done one above ground that kind of goes also below ground, but I want to do one that's underground extensively? Completely. That's the word I'm looking for. So that's what we're going to work on there. But before we do that, we need to talk about vampirism. All right. Let's go into our little thing here. I was doing some research on fish. Vampirism. Okay. So, leveling. See, you can click on the coffin. You can't make it. It won't let you. But I can click on this, and it tells me how to make it. It wasn't hard to make. That's the altar of inspiration that you have to make in order to level as a vampire. Then you have to build these pillars, right? So you're going to build some of these, and these are worth points, and depending what they're made out of. So the base is what you get, this like blank pillar piece. So then you cover it with like stone or gold. Each one has a different value. And then you have to put a point on the top of it. It's called an altar tip. And those are all the same. And basically, it's just a bunch of iron that you put on top of it. And they can stack up to 3 high. The more levels you get, the more pillars you're going to need when you get past like level 5, I think it is. Okay. Also, I know I need a vampire book, which I can't figure out how to make a vampire book. So I think it's a drop, which means we're probably going to need to go to a vampire forest and farm one. So it's kind of where that is. I know I need the vampire book. I just don't know how to get it. I'm guessing it's a drop. We're going to make some more things in here. We need to make like the ability to... I don't know. We might make one of these. I don't know what it does yet. I haven't finished all my research. I'm probably going to end up making... I can't make a sunscreen beacon? Well, that's dumb. It's creative only. Oh, okay. Well, I guess I can't make that. But I am going to get the sunscreen power when I get to level 5. I think that's when it unlocks. And that prevents damage and hopefully other effects while you're in the sun. We're not going to need... We might need a hunter weapon table. I'm not sure. Vampire orchid. Apparently you can find them, but you can't make them. Okay, and it makes different bricks, which will be useful, especially with what I want to do in that this next build I have, which is going to be vampire based, right? I'll tell that right now. And then I don't want to give it away too much. Hunter research table we probably won't need since we're not a hunter. Well, we don't need a garlic diffusers. I'm not sure. I may look for a way to get rid of the vampirism. I haven't decided yet. So I'm still out to lunch on the whole being a vampire thing. It's more of a pain than a boon right now. It keeps me from like going out in daylight because the whole screen moving around is kind of a pain. So I'm going to try to get to level 5 and then we'll work from there. There's some other weapons and armor pieces that I've kind of looked through and I don't think I want any of them because I'm looking at Ender Dragon and then Beyond. There's supposed to be a progressive boss mod pack. I don't know much about it yet. Haven't really looked into it. So I'm going to like do some research on that. And that's kind of the path I want to take is go that direction. So we'll see how that works. That's about it for the vampirism stuff, I suppose. A blood pedestal. I have no idea what it does. But I'll do some research into it to figure out what it does. And we'll make that too. In the rain, vampires actually get weakness. This isn't from the sun. This is from rain. It can be raining at night. You get the same thing. If I go under the tree, I'm fine. As a matter of fact, if you go into a tree in full daylight as a vampire, you're fine. You just can't be in direct sunlight. So living in a dark oak forest would probably be fine. You probably wouldn't ever notice the effects of being a vampire. And see, I took that off. Oh, so I took this off. We no longer need this. This is obsolete. I moved it to here, and we have some updates. So I have been making the gold and the coal, and I've been just putting it directly into here. I had diamonds in here, then I upgraded it to, I don't have any. I upgraded it to dark matter, and then when I got enough dark matter, I made a full set of dark matter armor, which I'm not going to wear. I'm just keeping it for the upgrade. Now we're working on red matter, you can see. I haven't actually put any in there yet. I did teach all of these things to the table in the event that I need to get some out for whatever reason. Is there anything else? No, that's pretty much it. So now we just take that essence, we make it into stuff, right? I don't have enough left over to make any more. And then we just turn around and dump it right on the table. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn the essence into the stuff downstairs, and then I'm going to have it do it automatically, and I just pick up stacks of gold and then take the stacks of gold and dump in the box. Or better yet, I bring the box down here and I just have the stuff converted to the essence to gold and have it go directly into the box, and then just hands off and I just come down and pick up the red matter. One of the things I have to do, where's it at? There it is. To make this work is I have to get power down here. That's the closest place to get power down, I think. That's that pool where that pump is upstairs, right? I don't know if it's one to the left, one to the right. And I did my best guess. Apparently I was off by one. And then probably, I don't know what I'm going to do. So that's as far as I got. And I'm going to get power on the other side of this wall. And I may eventually just run power outside, I guess, maybe, and then pop through here It would be better if my power just kind of came down like right there. I just don't know where that is. So let me go ahead and do some measuring, and we'll do some building, and then we'll be back, and we'll kind of go over how we're going to automate this. BRBs. Okay, we're back. I got it working. Took a little bit of time. Not too bad, though. So I had to make some changes. We took coal out completely, and we put in gold. And I split these up color-coded because I was having problems separating these. So we have the blue side, which is all gold. That goes that way. And we have the green side, which is all this inferium, the essence that goes this way. Okay. I only needed to split the colorize this row here. I didn't need to colorize any of the other because everybody else knows what they're doing. Okay, so the inferium comes to this side. It goes into this first crafter. It has two recipes. The first one, it creates the it takes the inferium here and it creates the green one, the prudentium, and then it deposits it back inside this buffer. Then the second one, it takes the green or the prudentium and then it makes tertium, and then it exports that through here into this next crafter. This crafter takes the tertium and it makes it into imperium, and then it kicks it out into this bucket. It's a way to condense it all. And then I could automate it more, but I don't know. Why didn't I automate it more? That's a really good question. So I have one more space. I can automate it and take the blue and change it to the next one up, which I think is red. It's red. So I may do that here in a bit. Okay. The gold is coming over in here, right? It comes in here and then it takes it and it creates 4 ingots for each 8 of these essence. I have a problem with I had a bunch of stuff in these chests, so it's filling it all up. But we're getting there. So I got to clean my chests out. I'm going to have to come down and clean these up periodically because I don't have filters set up. I could put a filter here. I might end up doing that eventually, just haven't done it yet. So as it comes in, it's making this, and it sends the gold directly down here. We've already made 2 of these red matter just by having the gold come in and get transformed. We may eventually move this up and just do like diamonds or emeralds. And that just depends on how far along this goes, which I don't think it's going to be much of a big deal. I spend so much time building, it shouldn't matter. But in the meantime, I can clean out my inventory. I got this chest down here. This really needs to go somewhere else. And I can clean this out a little better. And we shouldn't get any more spillover. This is not all going to fit. But I can take a bunch of this and stick it in there. Take all that out. Gold is left over as well. Right. So I'll trade this in here. So for more of this. Okay, we're back, and we're going to work on the filter for the machines downstairs. I had to go eat some sheep, and I got a couple extra bottles to put inside my thing. I guess we can do that real quick. It's daylight, but we can still go out and fill it up. Let's see. Bottle empty. Bottle empty. Okay, so we added some blood to that. We're about to get dizzy. Oh, not today. Okay, maybe today. All right, this filter thing that we're going to make for our machines downstairs. Okay, I haven't played around with this, so we're just kind of doing this on the fly. This is what it is, okay? And I need hopper, redstone, iron, and paper. Okay, and I need to make 2 filters. Okay, it's only 1 iron per. I believe that's correct. Yep, 2 redstone each, so I need 4 redstone. And then I need paper and hoppers. I think we have hopper learned in here, I hope. We do. I'll take a couple hoppers out of here. And paper while we're in here. If not, I have some. There's some paper in here. Okay, I'll take a couple pieces of paper. Alright, so let's go ahead and make this. 2 of them. While we're here, we're going to teach this to this machine. Yep. And let's go put them in and see if we can configure them. So I'm going to need each filter to filter 2 things on each side. The centerpiece doesn't matter. The center machine, the crafting station doesn't matter because it's always only going to get a specific thing. But this one, let's see, how does it work? I used these a while back in one of my older mod packs I played in. You right click it and then you can blacklist items, which is what we want to do. And we want to grab these seeds and we want to grab this. These are the things we want to filter out. So we go back to this first one. Blacklist, whitelist. We're going to blacklist this and what was the other thing? Oh, this. Okay. And then we don't need to do anything. We're not doing or dictionary matching. We're not going to ignore NBT. Not even sure what that means. We're not going to ignore damage because it doesn't have any damage listed on it. And only mod must match. So we're going to leave that off because these are very specific, right? And I think this is good to go. Let's see what happens. Bloop. Oh no, what does it want? Oh, I fed it too. Uh-oh. It ate it. I thought it kicked it back out. Can I, is it still getting stuff? Is it sending it back? What's it doing? Oh, here it comes. Are any of you seeds? It looks like that first one. I don't know. Let's go look. Alright. Take out the seeds. Take out that. Let's see if any of these coming have seeds in it. I might need to go make another one of those things. Yep. It's still not working. Okay. So we're going to give it another shot. It's called filter. Glad I created a copy. We'll get a couple of these. Maybe when I put the second one in, it overwrote the first one. We'll just take a few extra so we don't have to come back up here. There. If I don't use them, I'll just put them back. Not a big deal. Well, it's probably faster to go down this way. We get to see the vampire layer again. Oh, I learned something else too. So I had to put grass down here. The sheep, they were not getting their blood back. And I'm not even sure if the grass is going to fix that. This one I haven't eaten on this one yet. So I filled up a couple bottles and you can see like this guy, they were like that when I came down there and they've been down here for a while. Some people, maybe they need grass. I did figure out a bug. It's not really a bug, it's just something that hasn't been configured yet, I suppose. If you use one of these mob catchers on them, I'll show you real quick. Alright, so like this guy, he's got like no blood left. Pick him up, put him down, he's got blood. So I can always use that method if this doesn't work. However, I don't really want to use that method. I'd rather they just eat, and then that way I come down whenever I need food, and there you go. So that's the thing that happened while I was doing all this. Okay, we're going to whitelist again. Not whitelist, blacklist. I guess I could try just doing a whitelist and have it what I exactly want on it. Here, open the manual. Did anything open? Negative. Okay. We can change the GUI style. Alright. So that is set to blacklist. Alright. Let's hit enter and see what happens. That doesn't do anything. Alright. So we're going to open. Did it go somewhere? We're going to open it again. It still has the settings. Okay. Let's see. We're going to take this item and drop it. Okay, it's gone. Alright, what's it doing? Yeah, it's still getting seeds. On this side, we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to do gold seeds and these. Let's see if this works. Press shift. Does that tell me anything? Filter modules for the module storage block. The builder, scanner, the crafter. The module can make sure make sure the block only accepts certain types. Sneak right click on an inventory to configure the filter base contents. Sneak right click. Oh, maybe I have to do it on the block. Boop. Oh, okay, so I didn't give it a... Oh. Oh, okay, so I took the contents and I said, okay, this is what it's going to be. We're not going to do that. There you go. Let's try that. See if that works. And let's go back and try this again. Okay, we're going to whitelist this one too, which is probably easier. Here, come here. Actually, I could clear the contents out and just... Maybe get another seed. Nope. Bloop. Alright, let's take a look at it. I guess that's fine. I can have both of those. We need to change it to whitelist. And... Bloop. Did it just suck the card up and send it down? That's what it looked like it did. Alright. We have a seed. We have that. Let's see if it fixes it. Nope. Okay. Well, I'll play around with this later and figure out what's going on. It may be a bug in this version. I'm not sure yet. I tried both whitelist and blacklist, and neither one seems to work. We got to take our little farm here, which is actually doing really well. I mean, we're up to 5 red matter. I'm not sure exactly how many we need, but we'll go over that on our next. We're running a little late, so I got to clean up all this, and I'm going to look for a new place for the next base and kind of get an idea of what we're going to do there. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you learned something. I hope you enjoyed this. And this whole vampire thing, I'm still trying to decide on. Maybe next time we see each other, I will have decided something. Have a good one.